Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and sports fans joining us across the nation on ESPN, we welcome you to our featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Main Events in association with Bally's Las Vegas and the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the International Boxing Council, President Joseph Blackie Gennaro, supervisors in attendance Debbie Jones and Steve Rivera. Along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem, Executive Director Mark Ratner. Introducing to you our judges, scoring this bout from ringside, Patricia Morse-Jarman, Dalby Shirley, and Glenn Trowbridge. Presenting to you our referee in charge of this bout, working this, his 99th world title bout, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBC Heavyweight Championship. Introducing to you first the challenger on my right. He is fighting out of the red corner. Entering the ring wearing purple trunks with gold trim. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Havana, Cuba. He weighed in at an even 250 pounds. His record stands at 25 wins, 3 losses, 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the challenger, Jorge Luis Gonzalez. And his opponent across the ring is the defending champion on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks with silver trim and hailing from Norristown, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at 248 pounds, undefeated in his campaign in the ring with 25 wins, no losses, 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight making the first defense of his title, please welcome the IBC Heavyweight Champion, the undefeated Michael Grant. And once again, a referee in charge, Joe Cortez, now to give instruction.
As he gives the instructions, we'll take a look at the rules as governed by the IBC. Under the unified professional rules, no 3 knockdown, no standing 8. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee may stop the bout. Accidental foul, they'll go to the scorecards after 4 rounds.
Keep the guards up at all times. Touch them up.
Jorge Luis Gonzalez trained 5 months at the United Champions Gym in Las Vegas, born in Havana, celebrated his 33rd birthday a little less than a month ago. And Michael Grant, who played some college football and basketball, 25-0 with 17 knockouts, is ready for round number 1, and we are underway.
And we believe that if you as taken as both men in the ring, this is the tallest matchup we've ever had on ESPN. Mike White, who's 7 feet tall, was on our show, but that was only one part of the equation. There you see the knockout ratio of these men. And while Gonzalez has had his share of knockouts, when he gets in against the better fighters, has a hard time scoring a KO.
13 of Grant's 17 knockouts have come within the first 3 rounds, 7 in the first round. Gonzalez also has 7 first-round knockouts. For Gonzalez, 20 of his 23 knockouts happened within the first 4.
For Michael Grant, clearly the jab, an important weapon. We mentioned that Bo landing an astronomical 82% of his jabs. You almost can't land 82% of your jabs against the heavy bag. So landing it against the fighter is pretty good.
Speaking of heavy bags, Michael Grant, since mid-September, has been in Houston in Evander Holyfield's camp. Grant sparred with Henry Akinwande. Right hand sends Gonzalez down. Right to the ear. Joe Cortez in for the count. Count at 8. Says he's okay. I don't know. Gonzalez has lost 3 of his last 5 by knockout. Grant looking for that 8th first-round knockout.
I doubt this is going beyond the first round. There's plenty of time left in this round for Grant to get him out. I just hope he doesn't fall right here. A lot of holding and hitting by Grant. talked about Michael Grant needing to make a statement in this bout, and guess what? He did it. He didn't even wait to the 3rd or 4th or 5th round to knock out Jorge Gonzalez. He did it in the very first round. And yes, is Gonzalez a top heavyweight? No, but still, Grant showed that if he's got a guy in front of him who's not going to really get the job done, he'll take care of him.
And Evander Holyfield standing in the front row working with Michael Grant with a big smile and a thumbs up for Michael Grant. The 25-year-old from Norristown, PA, goes to 26-0 with 18 knockouts. You see Tommy Brooks to the right, and not in the picture Don Turner. Those are both Evander Holyfield's trainers working with Grant as well.
And they feel that Michael Grant has made huge progress, and boy, he has. I mean, he is a guy who is starting to really put the whole package together. That's Bill Caton, his manager, who says that he thinks Grant will be the greatest heavyweight of all time. That may be high praise. And there's Evander. He is leaving the building.
Good night for Evander. Vernon Forrest and Michael Grant both win, and he can leave and get some rest.
Perfect.
Take a look at the first knockdown of the bout. I think it was a right to the ear.
Michael Grant using the jab to set things up, and then coming with the right hand right on the chin, actually, of Gonzalez, and he went down in a heap. And then there would be the second knockdown, the end of the fight, with Gonzalez in all kinds of trouble. You know, Grant landed 9 of 20 jabs, which helped set up all this, and by establishing the jab, he was able to land the right almost at will. And for Gonzalez, he ends up in a very uncomfortable position on that mat.
Well, Michael Grant rated himself as sort of like a junior in college. He hasn't been boxing a very long time. He says next year he'll be a senior. He might have just skipped a grade. He might be ready to graduate come next summer and get a shot at a title.
Magna cum laude, I'd say.
At least for tonight. He was at the head of the class as he stops Jorge Gonzalez in round 1. Jimmy Lennon Jr. is standing by with the official time of the stoppage.
Gentlemen, in our main event here in Bally's, Las Vegas, we have a time of 2 minutes even in the first round. Our referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated and still the IBC heavyweight champion, the undefeated Michael Grant.
Well, Michael Grant enjoys playing the piano, and tonight it was a virtuoso performance as he stops Jorge Gonzalez at 2 minutes of round number 1 to retain his IBC heavyweight championship. Michael has his belt. Al has grabbed his microphone. We'll take it to the ring to talk with Michael Grant after this timeout on ESPN's Championship Boxing. Welcome back to ESPN's Championship Boxing. Bob Papa along with Al Bernstein. Michael Grant at 2 minutes of round 1, a TKO over Jorge Luis Gonzalez to retain his IBC heavyweight championship. Michael Grant felt that he was like a junior in college. Well, he graduated tonight with flying colors. He's standing by with Al. Al?
I'm here with Michael Grant and his manager, his happy trainers. And Michael, you were able to get him out of there maybe even quicker than you anticipated. I think a lot of people thought you might score a knockout, but that was very fast.
First of all, Al, I want to give honor to God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And this fight was dedicated to Art Cavalier. I wasn't really supposed to be here. I was in a car accident Friday.
Really? We did not know that.
Kept it on the down low. Kept it real hush. But, you know, Don asked me, you don't have to fight. But I said, Don, don't worry about it. We're going to do this. We're going to get out of here. It's going to be nice.
What kind of injuries did you sustain?
Just some, basically a leg and neck and lower back injury. But, you know, I got my masseuse, Sharon Stewart and Allen. They worked on me, and they just said I'd be fine, just loosen up. Gonzalez, you know, he came out there. I prayed in the locker room, and, you know, I just let God work for me.
All right, let's take a look at the first knockdown, and we'll see what you did with Jorge Luis Gonzalez. Good that you got him out early, considering your physical condition. You landed a good right hand here. Woo! Right to the jaw, where you set it up pretty well with the jab, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was just, you know, wanted to be consistent and just pumping that jab off my shoulder and just knowing that, you know, nothing can hurt me when I pump my jab off my shoulder. And I just feel so strong when I do that. Here, right here, when I got him, you know, he's looking for daylight, and I'm trying not to give him no daylight at all.
You said at the press conference you were a little nervous. Was it because of that car accident without us all knowing that?
Well, you know, the car accident, I phased that out. It was just that I sparred with Gonzalez early in my career, and you know, before I even was pro, I was amateur, and he hurt me in the gym and everything. I was a green kid, I didn't know anything, and I felt a little shaken up about that. But then I got overconfident. I mean, I got the confidence back, and I went out there and just did my thing.
All right, but we're going to get to your manager, Bill Caton, in a second. But I want to get a training report from Don Turner and Tommy Brooks, a report card.
Well, I think he's 1 or 2 fights away from the best in the world. You know, I've never seen a kid like this. He's big. Nobody's stronger than him, and he's ready.
Tommy?
Yeah, we worked on throwing that fastball right hand back in the dressing room, and that's what he caught him with, that fastball right hand.
The baseball upbringing. Bill Caton, what's next for Michael Grant?
I said at the press conference that he's on his way to becoming the best heavyweight in the world, and he is. He's well on his way. We're planning possibly several possible fights. We'll have to discuss those.
Okay.
We'll include anyone up to and including Lennox Lewis.
All right. How far do you think 1 fight away from a championship?
2 fights, I would say. Right? Wouldn't you, Don?
Yeah, 2 fights away.
All right. Very quickly, congratulations, Michael Grant. Good effort.
Thanks, Al. I appreciate that.
All right. Michael Grant gets the job done. We'll be back. Bob Papa at ringside.
All right, he was referring to Art Cavalieri, longtime employee of Main Events, a trainer and cut man. Artie passed away 2 months ago. Our condolences to the Cavalier family and his wife Ethel. Michael Grant with a very significant victory tonight. More boxing to come.